I'm in the San Francisco airport right now waiting for my connecting flight, and I wanted to share this conversation I just had with one of the folks working here. This lady started to tell me a story about how she's fasting, and that she fasts for the 3 days leading up to Christmas, and she's done it every year for over 30 years. So I got curious and asked her, why is that? What prompted you to do that? And she said, at first it started because she had some health problems when she was younger. And then she said as it went on, it became more of a spiritual experience for her. And I asked her to explain what she meant by that. And she proceeded to tell me about how she likes to do it before Christmas because what she does is it gives her a sense of what it feels like to go hungry. And she was saying that Christmas for her is so symbolic because she feels culturally and as a human, as a species, we've gotten so far removed from the ideals of Christmas, of peace on earth and love and compassion towards somebody else, and so caught up in the need to buy a gift and more is better, and get as many gifts and get them as soon as possible. And she wants to be on the other end of the spectrum where she can connect with what it feels like to go without something. And then instead, what she says she does is when she doesn't eat the money she'd normally spend on food during that time, and the food she'd normally eat for herself, she gives away to people in need. And I thought, gosh, this is such a beautiful story. And she went on to tell me about her son, and her son was diagnosed with cancer when he was 22 years old, and he was absolutely devastated by it. And he asked his mom, he said to his mom, Mom, why did this happen to me? And then she told me about an experience when they went to the hospital, and she looked at him and she said, you remember when you asked yourself, why did this happen to you? And this was over his first meal post-chemo when he could hardly eat anything. And he said, yeah. And she was telling me he was so devastated, and he was so, felt so defeated. And so she then told me about him, and he was saying, why did I get this? And she said, you remember, did you notice how when we were at the hospital today, how all the kids that were younger than you? He said, yeah. And she goes, it just shows that we're all the same. We're all the same, and that I think a more powerful question to ask is, why not you? Why not any of us? And gosh, her message just really connected with me. And as she was telling me this story, I started to get goosebumps, and I started to tear up because I started to think about that. Why not any of us? It's the holiday season, and we tend to get so caught up in the hustle and the bustle of it. The rushes to get the midnight deals at the stores. I'm in the airport right now, and one flight was canceled last night, and I saw the eruption of emotions from people about thinking that the weather chose them to victimize and alter their holiday plans. and the reality is why not any of us? Why not any of us? And so the message I took away from this beautiful story that this lady shared with me was, or rather is, why not me? Why not you? As we get ready to celebrate Christmas or the holidays or whatever you choose to celebrate this time of year, I think it's so important to reflect on all that you do have, because you likely have a lot, and you likely have a lot more than a lot of people. I promise you that there's many things that you can be grateful for. Maybe it's not your possessions you have, maybe you don't have the nicest car or the nicest roof over your head, but you might have a car and you might have a roof over your head. And not only that, but you might have eyes to see it with, and hands to be able to put on the steering wheel, and the ability to put gas in it. There's your health, your words, your ability to hear and understand this, your access to the internet, to be able to watch this, whatever it is. I promise you that there's a million things out there that you could find to be grateful for if you just take the time to look for them. And so a message from my new friend who I just met here in the San Francisco airport: during the holiday season, get hungry. Get hungry, and not just hungry for gifts or food, but get hungry for life. Get hungry for looking within and finding those things that allow you to connect to a deeper and more higher part of yourself, part that can bring love and joy within and also to the rest of the world. So anyways, that's my story for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found value in it. And I look forward to sharing many more stories in the year to come.